Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Hyphenate here, and today we're gonna go over the softbox and grid option for the Nanlite Mixpanel 150. Right here you can see this is just the mix panel with the barn doors that come with it. It does not come with the softbox. You have to get that additionally, and Nanlite does have that for about $100 US. It comes in this nice carrying bag here. You get the softbox frame that actually folds really nice and neat, so it's actually taking up very little space. You also get the grid here, which we'll put on in a bit, and you also get one layer of diffusion. Now this actually is pretty dense and softens the light a good amount. So first, you're gonna have to take off the barn doors, and you do have these clips here that snap the barn doors into place. There's a metal frame here that goes around, and it's really simple. All you do is just pop it off. Just pull, usually go from corner to corner. And then go ahead and open up the softbox frame. Again, it folds very nice and neat. It does have Velcro on it, so it actually helps stay in place. But here you go. It's really easy to undo. Now, if you look closely, you can actually see the metal rods here. You can actually undo this Velcro and take the rods out if you ever needed to. If they ever got bent and you needed to reshape them, or even if you need to clean this and don't want to actually get any water or moisture on your rods, you can take this off, clean the softbox, and then put the rods back in. Now the softbox is a rectangle, so you could easily see the shape of the light and the softbox to line that up. Now the tops and bottoms do have the metal rod that sticks out past the Velcro. So you want to make sure you snap those right into the clips first. Now I'll do the bottom here. And then the rods on the left actually don't stick out past the Velcro here. You just want to put the edge here right into the clips here on the right. So these don't snap in because these rods are thinner, but they will stay in place in those grooves very easily. And we'll put it on the other side now, and there you go. Now, just by having it clipped on, it's gonna hold in place very well. Extremely secure. There's really no way it's gonna fly off. But for extra security, it does have these elastic corners here that you can actually put behind the corners of the light to make sure that it holds even more securely. So just grab that elastic, throw it to the back corners, and then it'll hold in place a lot more firm. Here you can see that elastic on the back, and it's on every corner. So now this is already gonna help to shape some of the light and make the spread a little bit more focused. And here on the perimeter of the outside, you do have a thick layer of Velcro. This allows you to put both the grid and the diffuser directly on here. The layer of diffusion is not gonna fit on the outer part where it's largest. It's gonna have to go on the inner closest part of the Velcro. So there you go, that's the diffusion. Again, it's pretty dense, so it does have a very nice soft look. Now for the grid, go ahead and just open this up. So this will definitely narrow in the spread a lot more. Now the grid is larger than the diffusion, so this can actually go on the farther outer part of the actual light. Now obviously you don't have to use the diffusion and the grid together. It's totally up to you. You can use just the diffusion or just the grid. It just depends on what look you want. If you want a soft and focused area, then use them both. If you just want more of a narrow spread with a little bit more harsh light, then you can take off the diffusion. Now here you can see the spread of light with just the grid and no diffusion, and you can actually see some of the lines from the actual grid. Now on the Mixpanel 150, you do have a hard mode and a soft mode. The soft mode actually will kind of create like a softbox type of style to the light, so it actually softens the image. So let's switch over to that. And now you can see the grid's pretty much gone. Now let's go back to the hard mode. Now you can see that there is a little bit more output power on hard mode. Now we're back in hard mode, but with the diffusion on and the grid. So the spread is the same, obviously, because the grid is on, but you can see that on the hard mode, it does have a lot softer image where you don't see the grid lines. And then now if we go to soft mode, you can see that the brightness is definitely lower, even though we're at the same output power, which is 15%. So all of this has been shot in 15%. But if we go back to hard mode, it's definitely a little bit brighter. Again, this is with the diffusion and the grid on together. Now this is the spread of light with just the softbox frame, no diffusion, no grid. And now this is the spread of the mix panel without anything on it. No barn doors, no grid, no softbox, etc. And this is the spread with the barn doors on and put more like a box. So every corner of the barn doors are touching each other. So it's like a directional box. And you can kind of see towards the edges some squarish rectangle boxes along the wall. That's the pattern of the barn doors kind of bleeding through. Now, if I go into the soft mode, obviously you have the light get a little bit lower in brightness, but those little square patterns from the barn doors are gone. So now I'm gonna show you guys an example with me being the subject and the Mixpanel 150 being the main key light. So all the main lights in front of me are off. Now I'm only being lit by the Mixpanel 150. Right now, we're on daylight, 5600 Kelvin, and we're at 2% output power on the hard mode on CCT. So right now, there's no softbox, no diffusion, no grid, no barn doors, nothing. It's just a Mixpanel by itself. So right now, I just went into soft mode on the Mixpanel, which is supposed to act like a softbox, though it's built into the actual panel itself. So right now, it's actually softening the light on its own. But as you can see, I'm drastically underexposed. The light brightness is not the same as in hard mode. So I'm gonna have to increase the brightness on the soft mode. I've actually gone from 2% on the hard mode to now being at 5% on the soft mode. Now again, this is no softbox, no grids, no barn doors, nothing, just the Mixpanel bare by itself. So now I'm back to 2% output power on hard mode, but I do have the softbox and diffusion on. And you can see here that that cuts the light a good amount. So now I'm underexposed. I'm probably gonna have to crank this up to about 5%. All right, so now we're at 5% output power, hard mode with the softbox. Now this is a very similar look to the 5% output power on soft mode on the Mixpanel without a softbox. So their soft mode is actually pretty awesome. It's a great feature that not a lot of lights have. Though now looking at the two, I think I prefer having the softbox and actually being in hard mode with a little higher intensity. And now this is what it looks like in soft mode, 6% output power and the softbox. So pretty much 2 layers of softness that you can add to your light. Now again, I did have to increase the output power from 5% now to 6% to get a similar exposure. Now, one important thing that I think you should know, and a reason why the softbox is great to have, whether you want to use it or not, is because when you're in soft mode and you use the green magenta shift to compensate to kind of match lighting, if you use it on soft mode, the green and magenta pops really strong with a reddish or greenish color. Whereas with the hard mode, you can actually adjust the green and magenta without it having a harsh presence. It feels more natural. On soft mode, the green magenta shift is not very natural. So if you're trying to match various brand lights and you are trying to get them to look exactly the same and need to make adjustments to the green and magenta, then I would definitely recommend being in hard mode and using the softbox instead of using the soft mode without a softbox. So there you guys have it. That's the softbox kit for the Nanlite Mixpanel 150. I actually highly recommend it because I'm not a big fan of using the barn doors. They are not super effective and they don't allow me to shape light the way I really want to. The softbox and grid options definitely help way more than just the barn doors. So if you're interested in getting it and or the Mixpanel 150, I do have links in the description where you can purchase it. It doesn't change the price that you get it at, but it does help this channel. Please make sure to drop a like on this video, drop a comment below if you have any questions, and please make sure to subscribe. I have a lot more videos coming soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.